Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today I will be doing a review of the Q7 FY326. And now this is a SEMA X5C clone, pretty much, that was sent to me from allbuy.com. And now it's pretty cheap. I believe it's somewhere around $25, $20, $30, somewhere around there, but it's a lot cheaper than the original SEMA product, or SEMA, whatever, how you say it. And now some things that make this a little bit different is it does not have an on-off switch. It has a port right there, as you can see, however, it is not used. And then another thing that's different, I believe the LEDs are different. This has red in the front and blue in the back, even though it has orange and green covers, so that's interesting. And on this version, it does not come with a camera, and the camera plug hole is empty. So there's no built-in camera for this one. On another difference is the battery that comes with it. This one is a 3.7 volt, 600 milliamp hour battery. So that's actually 100 milliamp hours bigger than the SEMA's model, the SEMA's battery, which was only 500 milliamp hours. It comes with a little USB charging cable, pretty standard. It has the micro LOSI connector over on it there. It comes with two spare props, one clockwise, one counterclockwise, so that's kind of disappointing that you only get two. And then it comes with a screwdriver too, so I wish they would have given you 4 spare props and no screwdriver, but that's just how it comes. And then it has an instruction manual here, and it's in pretty decent English throughout. There's a lot of diagrams, tells you stuff you need to know. And then the back is the Chinese section, but most of you won't need that. And then here is the remote that comes with it. It looks pretty similar to a Hubs and X4 remote. It does have like a plane up top though. Pretty similar. The sticks feel really nice on it though. And then the box that comes with it is pretty small. I think maybe a little bit smaller than the SEMA's. And now let's talk about the transmitter. On this one, you have your 4 trims here, just like standard, and you do not have any shoulder buttons. On this one, both sticks click in, and when you click the right stick and give input, it'll do a flip in that direction. And you click the left stick to switch between rates. There's 2 rates. However, I haven't been able to figure or find any difference between high and low rates. I can't find any yaw or pitch differences, so I think there's only 1 rate. However, it's a good fast yaw and a really deep pitch. So even though there's only 1 rate, it's still a very aggressive rate. And now to recalibrate, you put both sticks down into the left corners like that. Let's see. With the stock USB charger, the time that it takes to charge the 600 milliamp hour battery is about an hour and a half, and you get about, with everything on it, as you can see it here, fully loaded down with the landing legs and the prop guards on, you get about 8-minute flights, and with everything taken off, so with no prop guards and no landing gear, then you can land on the motor landing gear, you get about 10-minute flights. So that's a lot more than the SEMA, which is interesting. I think that's due to a bigger battery, and I think the plastic is lighter. And also, I've noticed that this discharges, like it allows it to continue flying longer. Say, most models, they stop, the LVC starts at about 3.8 volts because that's where storage charge is, because the companies figured people just put them away dead. So it doesn't really hurt them if they're already at storage, but this one takes it down lower, maybe 3.4, 3.5 volts. So it takes it down lower, which gives you more flight time, and you're not really hurting the battery because it doesn't hurt it till it goes below 3 volts. However, if you just leave it down that low, that will hurt it over time. So if you do fly it all the way down, you're going to need to make sure you bring it back up for like maybe 20 minutes on the charger or something like that. Or if you have a good charger, just storage charge it. Let's see, this is really stable indoors. It's more stable, I found, with everything off. With everything on, it's a little bit less stable, but this thing is really stable. I was testing it, and it hovered without, I didn't touch the transmitter, I got it to hover, and I didn't have to touch a transmitter for over a minute. That's how stable it's in a small room. It's rock solid hovering, so it'd be good for a beginner. However, only 1 rate, and the yaw rate and pitch are pretty fast, so I don't know if that'd be too good for a beginner that way. And also the transmitter, while the sticks are they feel really nice, there's kind of like an input, like it's not fully proportional, like even if you only give a little input, it'll kind of snap to that much, so it's kind of twitchy unless the yaw is really nice. However, the pitch is kind of a little bit twitchy on that. Let's see. I've had really good range with this. I've seen some other people. I think it's better than the original. I'm not really sure. And let's take a look at the lights. The lights are pretty interesting. And this, it just has a hatch here, and then it has a plug-in for the micro LOSI connector. And you can see here, I'll just put the battery, slide it. Now I'll just leave it like that. So let's bind it. Alright, there we go. And now there's the LEDs. You have two blues in the back arms and then 2 reds in the front, so kind of backwards. And now if you're thinking they're blinking like that because it's low battery, that's not true. They blink all the time during flight. And now they're blinking faster because my battery's dead. But as they go down lower, they're always blinking. I don't know why they don't just blink at LVC, but that's kind of weird. And I don't like that because it makes night flight hard because it'll disappear. And then up in here, you can't really see it right now, but in the dark, there's the lights. It flashes between green, red, and blue, and just kind of does a light show. It's really weird up there, but interesting lights. I wouldn't say, I mean, it is a night flyer, but with the lights flashing on and off like that, you could, when they're off, you might lose it. I mean, the middle ones are always on, but I wish the red and blue would just stay solid till OBC. And the remote takes 4 AAA batteries in the back, so AAA is not AA. Let's see. Yeah, overall it flies pretty good. It's really cheap. It's definitely cheaper than the original, I think, and it may be better. I don't have an original, but I mean, in the camera, not having a built-in camera isn't too big of a deal because you could put a 808 16 keychain cam on here and it'd do pretty well, I think. Maybe not a Mobius that might be pushing it in terms of weight, but it does have pretty good power even though they're geared motors. So overall, I do like it. I'll leave a link to check it out down below, and now I'll do some flights. I'll do an indoor flight to show you the stability and prop guards. That prop guards don't work too well, and they take 1 screw to screw on. And then I'll take it outdoors, and I'll show you how fast it can go. So yeah, let's go check that out. Okay, here we are for the indoor flight of the Q7 FY326. And I'll just start off here. And now this, without any wind indoors, this thing is very stable. As you can see, that's hands-off hover right there. So, and now this is a SEMA X5C clone. So it did carry over on the stability from the SEMA. Very stable, as you can see that. Very stable. A little bit off on throttle, but overall, as you can see, very, very stable. It is complete hands-off. And now here is the one constant yaw that it has. So as you can see there, it's a pretty decent fast yaw. And now it does have a high and low rate, like on the transmitter it'll beep once and twice. But I found that it only really has 1 rate, and here's the pitch in that rate. However, it's a pretty decent rate. It's not overly fast, but it's definitely not slow. And then you do flips by clicking in the right stick and giving input. Whoops, hit the thing, I'll be right back. Okay, here we are again. My battery came disconnected from that crash. But, backwards, just forgot the red lights in the front. And as you can notice, this is even on full battery, the lights always blink, so I definitely don't like that. Let's just get a close up here. You can see it looks pretty cool. Very stable, definitely. And let's get back to the flips. It gains a bit of height, even with everything on. Now, there's no camera, but I do have all the prop guards and landing feet on. So in this form, you'll get the least amount of flight time. However, it's still like 8 minutes. And even though this is a mini-sized quad, you can still almost do a funnel in this small of a space, so that's not bad. Definitely the yaw is very good. Let's test against the ceiling, the prop guards. No, prop guards do not protect against the ceiling. Let's try the wall here. Yeah. Now the props are really close. So the prop guards are pretty much pointless. And so are the landing feet because it has little motor pod landing feet. However, unless you wanted to land in, say, grass, the landing legs could be helpful. Or also maybe you wanted to carry like an 808-16 keychain camera, that'd fit there. So I think that was good enough indoor flight. There's not too much to show, so let's bring it in for a landing here. And there we go, that was my indoor flight of the Q7 FY326, and now let's take it outside and I'll show you what it can do. Let's go check it out. Okay, here we are outdoors for the flight of the Q7 FY326, which is a SEMA X5C clone. However, it's very cheap. It's like $25 ready to fly on All Buy. That's where, oops, I dropped it. That's who sent it to me. So let's just start with the hand toss here. Alright. And now there is a low and high rates. It beeps twice by clicking in the left stick. However, I've not been able to find really a difference at all in yaw and pitch between them. So there's kind of only one rate I'm going to have to say on this. However, it's a pretty aggressive rate. I'll come up and show you the yaw here. So there is the yaw. Not too bad. You know, not too slow, but could be a little bit faster. So there's the yaw. Hit my back. It's getting weird with the wind a little bit. So, and pretty stable. It's a little bit windy out, but when there's no wind, this thing is really stable, just like the original. I don't like how the lights are always blinking though, so you can't really do night flights with it. But a little windy out. But it flies pretty good. And now if you just click in the right stick and then give input, it'll do a flip. So let's just do some flips here. So it flips pretty well. Now let's do some fast close-up flying. So this one's pretty simple. There's not too many different functions or modes. But it does fly really nice for the price of like 25 bucks or something like that. Check it on their website. And I'll have a link down below to check it out if you want. But for the price, I mean, I can't believe how well it flies for the price. And it's really windy out right now. And there's really not much to show. I have everything off. The landing gear, the prop guards are taken off. And you can't put a camera on that'll plug in to the quad itself, like the X5C. The camera port's empty. However, it could probably carry like an 808-16 keychain cam, maybe a Mobius. Mobius would really be pushing it, but you could use this for aerial photography if you really wanted to. I wouldn't really recommend it. I think it'd be a great quad to learn to fly on. It's not so, the rates are pretty aggressive. However, it's just so cheap. I mean, and the flight times are really long too, so that's really nice. Let's do some more flips. We're getting a little squirrely on the flips. Sometimes it doesn't always come all the way level, but it does pretty nice flips. Hopefully you can see it well. I know it's a white quad and they usually don't show up too well. Do some more speed passes. Not overly fast, but that's against the wind. Here's with it. So pretty fast quad, and like I said, there's really not that much to show. It's just a simple, nice, aggressive flyer. Really cheap, great value for what you're paying. Only like 25 bucks. So I'll catch it here. So there we go, that was my review of the Q7 FY326 quadcopter sent to me from allbuy.com. Pretty nice overall, I really like it. I mean, I don't like how the lights are always blinking, and the camera port missing is a negative, and also no on-off switch. However, really long flight times and just overall value for money that you're paying, I think this is a great buy. It's just so cheap considering like how well it flies. So yeah, that was my review. Please subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.